I'm gonna try to build a house using only glass. That means no solid blocks. The entire house will be completely see-through. I only have access to these 35 blocks. Glass, glass panes, their color variants, and of course, tinted glass. For this to count as a finished house, I decided it needs to meet 3 requirements. A detailed exterior with a unique shape, some simple landscaping around it, and of course, an interior with at least 2 floors. So with those rules out of the way, let's get right into it. All right, so we got a nice spot here for a house. Just to get started here, I'm gonna get all the blocks out so I can just kind of pick block easier, you know? All right, so this is every block we're allowed to use here for this build. It's a very interesting palette for sure. I need to like start thinking about what I want to do just in general with the house. So I'm gonna get just red glass out kind of as like a planning block here. If we're building a house entirely out of glass, like I feel like there has to be some sort of like large window feature to it. I know the whole thing is gonna be a window, but like I feel like there needs to be something glass related going on, you know what I mean? All right, so I've kind of like a lot of thinking and I've come up with this shape, which I know might not look like anything too special, but I have a lot of kind of interesting plans for it. So my thought was, since we're building a house out of glass, I kind of needed some sort of like, I don't know, something that felt like it kind of fit with a glass theme. So my thought went to like almost like an observatory, like one of those things with like the dome on it, but I didn't want to do it on a dome. I think I want it to come out of like the roof of a house. So basically my idea is we're gonna have like this tall middle section, this part on the left will like connect across with it, this one will be like slightly lower, and we're gonna have like an archway under there. I'll explain that later. But then on the left we're gonna have like kind of like a big like almost like telescope sort of thing coming out of it, which I think would look cool, but it's gonna be out of glass, so I'm actually like not entirely sure if it's gonna look all right. But I'm gonna just kind of keep planning the heights of everything here, and then we'll start filling in our beautiful block palette, you know? All right, so it's basically the plan for the foundation, and it's looking beautiful. All right, it's looking beautiful. I think what I'm gonna do, instead of planning it like all and then kind of filling in blocks, I'm gonna just start with like texturing the foundation. Obviously, usually you'd use like stone and that kind of stuff. So like I think the best equivalent is sort of like this chunk of the palette, maybe with tinted glass in there, but like tinted glass kind of has like maybe too much of a difference in texture. No, that actually kind of works. I think we'll use like these bottom, like this bottom chunk of it to kind of texture this. We'll see, 1 second. That kind of passes off a stone, right? Right, guys, right? No? All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go around and kind of start texturing it and see how it looks, I think. All right, well, that is kind of the foundation filled in, and it's interesting. I mean, I think for like glass, it looks pretty good. I don't know, like, I think there's a question we gotta answer, which is basically like, do we fill this in general? Because it's a foundation, so there won't be an interior here. But one thought I kind of had is like, I wanted like a weird like tunnel sort of thing here, right? So like the problem is like, this looks terrible. Would it look better if I filled it in? Maybe, I don't know. And if so, like what color, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, maybe just like, I don't know, actually, I have no idea. Let's just see. It's not that bad. Honestly, I think for the foundation, I think we do just kind of fill it in with random blocks. And I think it kind of adds like a weird like filled look to it. I don't know, I think it actually looks kind of interesting. Like that's kind of sick in like a weird way, you know what I mean? Let's just fill this in real quick, like this part at least, I don't know. Okay, I mean, it's interesting for sure, you know? I feel like it looks kind of sick. I don't know, like in like a weird way. I think for the foundation, at least we should fill it. It looks weird not filled, right? Like since it's meant to be like the structural sort of part of the build. So I'm gonna fill all this in with like a bunch of random, like, you know, this palette basically, and then we'll move on to the next floor. All right, we'll move on. But real quick before we do that, I just want to say I got a Discord link down below, discord.gg/rowannn. I'd highly recommend you join. A lot of cool people in there. I got a Minecraft server, info in the Discord, but yeah, let's move on, you know? All right. So that's kind of what it looks like filled in. I think it looks actually pretty good in like a sort of like weird, almost like modern art sort of way. I don't know. Like it looks pretty good. Okay, it looks pretty good. Anyway, yeah, next up we got sort of the main floor of the house here, which I think I'm just gonna fill in with a white stained glass. I don't know what else I would use. That looks pretty good, honestly. I don't know what else I'd really use for it. How tall do I make these floors though? I gotta think about, because they're kind of like big. They're like 9 blocks across, so they're kind of a bit bigger of a scale than I normally build. That's not bad, like shape-wise. I mean, like sure, why not? That'll be the scale we go for. Why not? Okay, let's get this side over here now. I think I'm gonna extend this a block just so we could fit like 3 windows the same size, maybe. That's not bad actually. We can keep it like that. That's fine. Okay, then we got this side over here real quick. All right, I think that's kind of the walls done. It looks kind of like really cool in like a weird way. I like how like the base actually kind of does look pretty solid, you know what I mean? But then like this is obviously glass. I think next up I'm gonna think about the roof shape. Well, not really shape. I mean, I know the shape I want to do, but like the sizes, right? Actually, we can start with the main one. Why not? Nothing crazy here, you know? Some simple, some chill, the classic medieval roof. If you expected anything else, you're at the wrong channel, you know? Okay, okay. Would it look better if it was like, kind of like too thick? Maybe? No, we could use glass panes later, actually, for shape, I think. Probably, maybe, hopefully. I kind of keep forgetting I have glass panes. It's gonna come through later, probably in like a detailing sort of stage, I think. Okay, it's tough. And then over here we have kind of this smaller roof here. All right, next up we got this roof over here. I kind of want it to be tall. Like I want it to like really tall, I think. But I guess it can't be taller than that or it'll look weird. So maybe not. That's like as tall as it can be, pretty much. I think it looks pretty good. Why not? Fill it in. Fill this one over here. And then this is kind of the moment of truth right here, right? Because I now have to fill this roof in with blocks. And that's gonna basically be like the house itself, like shape-wise done. And if it looks bad, I don't know how much I could really do to fix it. So, we gotta think here. I don't know what colors to use. We could of course do like some kind of gradient sort of thing. Cause I mean, glass does look pretty good in gradients, right? So we do something like that. Could do like a purple gradient or something. I don't know if I like the pink that much though. Could of course do maybe something like that. I'm not sure actually. I think we do red and orange. I think like a sort of fire will look pretty cool in glass, at least. We'll see though. I'm just gonna fill it all in with red glass and we're gonna see what it looks like. I'm kind of scared. But if the gradient looks bad, we could of course use glass panes, which should probably actually really help when we do it. So it'll be pretty cool, I think. I think it'll come out kind of sick. We'll see. Oh my god, it's finally filled in with blocks. And like, you know what? It's not that bad, okay? It's really not that bad. I'm gonna start to get this like sort of fire gradient in. I think we're just gonna line the top with yellow. Like a bit of like, you know, comes down a little bit. Nothing like too crazy though. And then we get orange in. Okay, okay. Like, I don't know why I'm saying okay. Oh my god, I gotta stop doing that. Wait a minute. That actually looks kind of sick though. So, you know what? It's fine. Okay, it's kind of tough. I actually don't hate that. We're gonna get some glass panes in after this, but yeah, I'm gonna do this to basically every surface of the roof, which is gonna take forever, but I think it'll be worth it. All right, I mean, that's the roof basically like kind of done. I think I am gonna mix some glass panes in there. That took forever, but like, it's kind of sick. I don't know. I do want this, like, I want a telescope thing coming out of here, which is gonna be really rough, and I have no idea how I'm gonna do that yet. But we'll actually ignore that because that's easier than actually doing it. So I'm gonna mix some glass panes in there to maybe help with a like texturing maybe. I mean, maybe they actually don't help at all. Maybe we just ignore them. Maybe like a little bit. They really don't look that great, honestly. Like I thought they would look a little better. Look fine, but not like incredible. All right, let's mix these in everywhere, see how they look, and then we'll kind of move on. All right, low key, we're getting there. I think that looks pretty good. I kind of like how it looks kind of messy on the roof. I don't know. I think it just has like a nice sort of look to it. Anyway, I want to do this like telescope thing. I just don't know if I have room for it. Like I thought I'd have more room. I mean, maybe I do it on the right instead. But I think like visually, I think it would look cooler to come out the left. So we're gonna do it at the left here. All right, I think what I'm gonna do, I think I'm actually gonna like save a backup of this roof because I'm a bit worried I'm gonna ruin it. So I'm just gonna, you know, like copy this. I'm just gonna paste it like a few $100 away, you know what I mean? All right, let me try to figure out how I wanna do this telescope. I know I want like some kind of slot in the roof basically somewhere. There's just not as much room as I thought. Oh, and it won't be like centered, who cares? Do I care? I don't know if I care. Something like here, which is not very noticeable. Maybe we have to use tinted glass somewhere. Yeah, I think that looks better. I didn't really have a choice because like it was kind of invisible when it was brown, so whatever. Would it look better higher up? I think so. Oh my god. Okay. Man, now I'm thinking like it might look better a block over to the right. Like it's centered on the bottom. I think that's fine because we'll probably be doing it from this angle anyway. And if I move it over, then it'll look kind of weird. So now I gotta figure out how to make a telescope out of glass. I didn't think I'd get this far. All right, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build it out of wool and then I'm gonna change it into glass because like I literally can't see. So I'm gonna use a placeholder block here and then I'll use world edit to change it. Does that sort of angle look good? I'm trying to think of like how it would be framed in like a screenshot, pretty much, right? And yeah, I think that angle kind of looks good. Maybe we can make it a block longer. I really don't know. We'll see. We'll see. That's really not that bad. Like I don't think that's that bad. Especially once we like use like glass panes and everything. Now how to make like some kind of like surface though, you know what I mean? I think we just roll with that. I think it's fine, you know what I mean? Like I really don't think it's that bad. Maybe make it like slightly thicker like through the back here. All right, let's just replace all this with glass, see what it looks like. You can barely see it. Maybe we need like bands of this through here or something. Maybe like the front of it should be like white or something, like the lens. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm pretty sure that was like really obvious, so I didn't say that. I probably actually did say that, you know, low-key. Like, I know it should be curved more at the end, obviously, but like it just looks better to not do that, because then I can get this sort of like flat like face there. So I think we'll settle for something like this. Like, it kind of looks like a flashlight. Like, it looks terrible, but I think it's funny. So I think I actually keep it. It needs to be shaped differently at the front, I think. Like, I think this needs to come out of luck, like I had before. Yeah, like, it has to have some kind of shape to it. I think I like that, though. I think it's all right. Maybe like is a strong word. I think I'm okay with that. I kind of want to make this, like something... I don't know how to make it look like this fits in the roof more. Not like that, though. There's gonna be some way for me to make this look less out of place, though. That's fine. I don't know. All right, but low-key with like the weird telescope thing I kind of committed to doing it done, I'm gonna get a bunch of windows in, and then we're gonna, I guess, store in the interior. I do need like a front porch as well, but yeah, windows first, low-key. Which, you know, not enough windows in this build. Like, how are you supposed to see outside? But I don't know. It's tough. All right, that's where I want the windows, I think. I'm gonna real quick get this like front porch in. I'm just gonna use sort of the same thing that I got going on here, I guess. I don't want it to be like too big though, like, because I want the staircase to sort of end about here, so it'll probably like come like here-ish. Staircase, I guess it's gonna be glass, but you know, in spirit, it's staircase. Okay, I like this. I think I want to get like, well, one, I want a railing, so it'll just be probably that, and then I think I want maybe cyan for some kind of like rug right here, you know, carpet. All right, I like that. Like, why are we gonna cook in here? Hold up. Like, I feel like if you just ignore that it's like glass, it looks pretty tough. All right, I gotta fill these windows in. I think for these top ones, I do kind of want the same like fire sort of like palette as the roof. Some chill. There's all these like rounded sort of windows. I'm gonna get like a bit of a gradient in, and then the rest of them I'm probably just gonna do like glass, I think. It'll be tough, All right, let's see here. How do I, like, I think glass panes might just look the best for these. Yeah, because they kind of stand out a bit compared to stained glass. So I think just normal glass works here. I think I like this kind of brown sort of like glass though for these like rounded windows. It kind of feels like spruce. Like, I don't know. I don't really know what it feels like, but if I like the way it looks. All right, I like the way it looks. Yeah, maybe we can do something like that for these wider ones. Okay, that's not bad. And for this like door, I mean, I don't see how I would do any better than this. Yeah, I guess. Like, low-key, it's coming along. It is coming along. Now there's kind of a problem with like paths, right? Like, you can't, I guess you can actually. Yeah, why not? All right, I mean, that's a path. Let's get some beautiful plants around here. Maybe some flower pots too. Hold up. This will be tough. All right, so we can get some leaves, right? Okay, some like bushes around and stuff. And we got like maybe a rose bush here or something. And oh, it's a flower. Hold up. It's beautiful. All right, let's see if we can get like a flower pot sort of thing going on up here, maybe. Beautiful. Perfect. Incredible. We can get some flowers in here, you know. Okay, maybe not. Maybe just in the one spot. All right, but some of the small details, I think the outside, I hate this one, by the way, but I think the outside is officially done. I'm really happy with it, honestly, for being out of glass. Now it's time for the interior, which is gonna be interesting, we'll say. I think we're gonna first decide where to even put the ceiling for the first floor and what to make it out of. I think I might just go glass here. I think if we get any more colors going on here, it's gonna look like really weird, kinda. So just fill it all with glass real quick. All right, that's kind of where I want the sort of ceiling to be. I put a little like balcony over here because it would have hit this window. Anyway, I feel like I don't do interiors that often, right? But I feel like a lot of the time, like, interiors just kind of like build themselves, right? Like, I know I want a fridge here. I want a whole kitchen over here, right? Which I'll get in real quick. It's like a cauldron maybe. Sure. A stove. Like an island in. Okay, kind of beautiful. This cauldron looks so bad. Maybe we just make it gray. Yeah, probably. We need a staircase somewhere, which we'll do right here. Get a railing on it. Okay. I think we'll turn this room into sort of an entertainment area because we have this back wall here with nothing on it. Get some glass out, of course. Get a TV. Get a little shelf here. Get a couch, I guess. Get a little carpet going. Flower pots. It's kind of living room done. Maybe we'll make a dining room over here. You'll never guess how we'll build this. Beautiful. You sit here. There's a table. Perfect. I'm actually really liking the way this interior is coming out. Like, I know it's like stupid because it's all glass, but this is obviously like a living area, I feel like. Okay, maybe this isn't obviously dining area. This is obviously a kitchen though, you know, for sure. It's kind of just a chill entranceway. Let's get another plant there. Why not? A lot of intricate details going on. Anyway, we got the upstairs. which I think I'm just gonna make a nice, like, sort of like bedroom. Look at this bed. Got the huge triple bed. We'll get like nightstand or something. Real OGs will remember this. You'll know what that is. You know what that is. Make like a chill, like, sort of seating area maybe. A little table, and then over here we'll have a tree. Yeah. I kind of like the balcony sort of that we got going on up here though. I don't know, I like the different like heights and everything. All right, but low-key with like some of these simple details up here, I think we're about done. There's not really much I can do because obviously I can't use carpet, right? So like it's kind of, like the floor, if I do anything with the floor, it goes through, and it's glass, you see everything. All right, but with these last sort of like few details in, I'm actually pretty happy with the interior. I think I like the way it looks. It's kind of obviously pretty simple, but I'm using glass blocks here. All right, there's not much I could really do. Now it's kind of time for the reveal. I'm worried that all these details on the inside will make the outside look worse, but we'll see. Hey, low-key, not really. Hold up. It's actually like kind of tough for being built entirely out of glass. Like, hold up. I want to get rid of this tree in the back. It's kind of bothering me because like obviously you can see through the house, so you just see this tree. But low-key, like, this is actually kind of sick. Hold up. I'm honestly really happy with it. This house is dedicated to my patron Birdsknees. I really appreciate your support. If you want a house dedicated, it's only $3 on the Patreon. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. Quick again, kind of look at it. I like it. I think it was about as good as I could have got with the, restrictions I had. Let me know down below if you enjoyed this video. I'd really appreciate it. Drop a comment, a like, all that. Maybe drop a sub. Closing on like what, 84K? I don't even know right now. Low-key. Support's been crazy. All that. I got Discord link down below. Discord.gg/Rowann with 2 N's. Check it out maybe. I got a Minecraft server. Info in the Discord. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. And of course, thank you to my supporters, Aelic, ThaMango, Natural High, Lezlo, Crumbcakes, Val, GuyBuddy, Birdsknees, Veloxra, NotZyloz, and of course, Mogswamp. See ya.